So I know everything that's been going on with the Houston Astros is a lot. There's situations, obviously, with the whole stealing and the commissioner, players unhappy. And I want to offer my final words on that situation. I know this is a topic that continues to get talked about. And even JD Martinez of the Boston Red Sox has said this is something that we need to move past. Now, hopefully, maybe it's not because of the fact that it happened in 2018 with his Red Sox. I don't know. Because Alex Cora came from the Astros to the Red Sox, and they somehow won in 2018. So let's hope that's not the case, but that could be. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. Anyways, I want to offer what I hope are my final words on the situation. And I want to talk about first how Rob Manfred has handled all of this. First off, I think he has handled it all very poorly. Okay? Let's start with the investigations. He granted immunity to the players so they could speak about what happened, right? But it turns out they were the ones that were involved. They were the ones who turned it into this whole operation with a player named Carlos Beltran being the kingpin, the godfather of everything of the operation. So, and now these players, quote, are not getting suspended or fined based on immunity, but recent reports come out by the MLBPA that this immunity stuff is bull, that it's not true. Are we sure about that? So, these players not only inflated their stats on the field, but they hurt a bunch of careers for players that were trying to get make a name for themselves, younger guys, players facing arbitration, and it hurt their careers. Like, it really did. That's the situation about all of this. So that's why a lot of players are upset because of what happened. So they did all of this and got away with it. Committed robbery, caught by the cops, and walked away without any punishment. Next, what should happen as far as punishment? I've already talked about suspensions and fines, and I understand, as just mentioned, that with their immunity, nothing's going to happen, right? But what has to happen is that the trophy and the rings need to be taken away from all the players and the organization, even if it is a piece of metal, as Rob Manfred said. And I know he regrets those words, but it's true. You said those words, it's done. But remember when Reggie Bush got in trouble with everything that happened at USC? Remember that? Receiving money towards a house for his family. What did the NCAA do? They vacated wins, took away his Heisman, even took away the vacating of the national championship. So, and I was actually talking to someone about this the other day, and he was saying, you can take away all that? And we're like, yeah, you can. It's happened in sports, college level, and it's going to happen today. It should happen today, let's say that. But, besides having... So let's just look about what happened with USC and why those wins were vacated. Because you had a player on the field. Now, granted, Reggie Bush was an electric player. We know that. But was he a player that affected the defense? He made the defensive players play better. He made everybody play better. Like, was he the only guy that basically gave every other player in that team an advantage? You can make the argument for yes and no, but more likely no. What the Houston Astros did was provide full competitive advantage on the field. even if their owner is too naive to stand up there and he actually says it did not provide a competitive advantage. It did not impact the game. So if Reggie Bush could get wins vacated, why can't the Houston Astros? Why shouldn't they? You know, it's interesting to see athletes comment on this situation, especially the male athlete of the decade, LeBron James. He basically went out there and asked the commissioner to make it right. He's like, I know I don't play baseball, but you gotta listen to these other players. You are the commissioner for all these teams, not just the Astros. You need to make this right. He went out there and said that. Rob Manfred, go out there and make this right. Because for the love of baseball, this has to be made right.